There's Kelly Dean. Hi, Kelly Dean.
Good morning, sunshine.
Um, September. Okay. Screen share. Throw this out there real quick. Yay, September leaderboards. Yay, everyone on September leaderboards. So I just want to share this month, I have not been pushing really hard earlier this month. And then with the Orlando trip, my goal was to hit Success Club before I went to the trip. And I actually hit 10 over the weekend that I was there for a couple reasons. I had a girl who was previously under another coach that her coach canceled. She was one of my coaches challengers. That coach has canceled and has since moved on. She is still doing workouts and stuff. So she actually ordered a challenge pack and is planning on signing up as a coach after this first month. So that was something that where my Success Club points came from. I had two new challenge pack orders from people who've already ordered challenge packs. So they had one girl signed up in January with 80-Day Obsession. She just ordered another challenge pack this month, not a coach. Same thing. I had another girl who was 90 PV, ordered a home direct 90 PV of Beachbody performance stuff. So SC points came from her. And then I had another new girl from Instagram who messaged me, reached out. I've been following your stories. I'm really interested in your groups. Tell me what you do. I told her, she said, okay, sign me up. I sent her the link. She literally signed up within 30 minutes. So those are kind of rare occurrences. But she's not somebody that was ever on my radar at all. She's not somebody that I was aware of what I was doing. I obviously hadn't been paying attention in my stories, that she's been following my stories regularly, and she's somebody that just randomly reached out. So I think about, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Orlando leadership and some things that we had covered this last week. And I surprisingly only have about 7 or 8 pages of notes because I just wrote down stuff that I thought was important enough to bring back to the team. Everything was amazing, but it's if you're not there and you're not experiencing it, it's hard to put it into words and bring it back. And just a couple really important nuggets that I will share. But one thing that we talked about at leadership was how important those Insta stories are for your business growth, and how most coaches that are having the best success right now in this business are coming from being in their stories every day and making connections through their stories. And I've posted a couple things I posted a few things within the team page that were specific to stories, hey girl, I saw that you've been watching my stories, tell me a little bit about what you love seeing, or tell me, and just starting those conversations. Hair bothering me. And just starting those conversations. Sometimes they turn into something, sometimes they turn into nothing. Sometimes that they've seen it because it says seen, and you're like, why aren't you answering me back? And it's irritating, but you're building those relationships through your stories. And when you're talking to people as if they're sitting, across from you, or, they're, your friend in real life, and they're making connections with you, they're following you for a reason. These are the kind of people that we will build healthy relationships with. And I can speak directly to you, Caitlin, because you and I really connected through Insta stories. And you were somebody that I was like, she's probably already a coach because she's already doing all the coach things, and I could have reached out sooner, but obviously timing was huge. And, but I look at, relationships like that, and connecting with most of my newer coaches have come through my Insta stories. And we talk about, hi, Henry, good morning. Hi. Do you have any insightful wisdom you'd like to share with us on the call this morning, Henry?
Do you want to tell anybody anything?
Okay, I'll leave you.
Maybe not.
But you know, obviously connecting through people with our Insta stories, but showing people like this doesn't have to be this crazy, difficult, complicated, organized, you know, perfected business. Like this is just me living my life, doing things as, and now we're using the term fitness influencer or lifestyle influencer, and being an influencer and showing people like, it's not really that difficult to do. We just do it. We just do the things and we show up and we talk to people about the things. And I read a book and I do my workouts. And so that was a huge takeaway, as it always is, from, I'm going to stop share. Just how important it is to follow through with what you're doing in your Insta stories. And that's kind of one of the least invasive ways to build a business. You know, you're not sending out like 700 messages on Facebook in Messenger that say, hey girl, thanks for liking my post. Have you ever thought about coaching? You know, little things like that. Yeah, I send out some invites like that. But I feel like Instagram is a lot less personal. But I also go in, I don't know if you guys go in and you look at your Facebook stories too, but sometimes it's surprising who's watching. And sometimes it's like, oh, I wonder if that person would like ever be, you know, why she's showing up in my stories every day, like just spying on me, what's going on over there. So, so long story short, every day, Melanie Mitro, every day, messaging 20 people from her Insta stories. Megan Blinka, every day, 20 people from her Insta stories at least. And one of the girls was saying she does her Insta stories on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She goes in and she sends out 50 messages every single day, or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then does her follow-ups on Tuesday, Thursday. And she said, sometimes I don't have to spend a lot of time on follow-ups because people don't respond. But sometimes I do. And she's like, that's where I'm growing my business right now. So if you are someone who is, and I'm not just talking to you guys on the call, I'm talking to anybody listening to the recording too. If you are someone who is like paralyzed by Facebook or Messenger or doesn't know where to begin, then show up in your stories every day. 8 to 20 stories every day is a good number. Does it have to be 20 every day? No. Does it have to be like completely overwhelming and like thought out and detailed and like beautifully created pictures? No. Because that's, you know, I do mine on WordSwag and I could easily do them on Canva and make a series of stories that look beautiful. Maybe I'll do that once a month, but that's not something that I set aside time for every single week. And I still get my message across. I do multiple call to actions. Well, hi.
Master. Here you go, Master.
Thank you. Oh, you're the best. You're the babe. Even like all the condiments, like and the deli and the what? Huh? So start there, but like, and it was kind of a wake up call for me because I'm like, I don't invite every single day. I probably should. And I know that's probably why my numbers aren't higher, but I don't invite every single day. And Melanie said it herself. Like she was like, you are shooting yourself in the foot in this business if you don't make an attempt to talk to new people every single day, whether that's connecting with people through your post, connecting with people through your Insta stories. And she's like, you know, depending on the kind of business that you want to build, increase those numbers if you want to build bigger. If you're just consistent with getting by every month, then maybe wait for people to come to you. But she's like, it's probably not going to happen. People aren't just going to, and like, I had that one girl this month, and that was one of the first ones in several months that like came to me and was like, I've been watching you. I want to do what you're doing. Tell me what to do. Sign me up. And usually it's somebody that I've connected with through stories or through a post and have sent an invite out to. So I will be completely transparent and tell you guys, like, I have sucked at inviting this month. SC10 was by chance, because of people that have, re-signed up and stuff like that, and people that have ordered that I didn't think would order, and like they did, and I'm like, oh, cool, like thanks for the SC points. But I know what I need to do to build my business, and I know that I have bigger goals for my business, and I know that I'm not going to reach them. Like, my income this past month has been the lowest it's been all year, and for me, as someone who wants to like see that trajectory continue to climb for my business, I'm like, I got to do something different here, and I need to build my volume, and I need to build my invites, and I need to talk to more people. So that was kind of just a big fat eye opener this weekend or last weekend, that I need to be better. We did a power hour one night, those of us that were all in the same house. And Sarah Griffith, I don't know if you follow her from Forever Fit, she's one of Deidre's coaches. She and we room together, and she is like somebody who's very like put together and organized, and she used to be a dean of students at a college, and she's very organized and very put together, and she likes finer things, and she's very fancy, and I'm like smelling like sweat and like ripped sweats from college, like, dry shampoo all over the place and whatever. But we roomed together, and some things that we talked about, and she's like pushing for, pretty big goals this year, and has a lot of coaches pushing to diamond as well. And like, just she had very, very similar struggles and insecurities, and she has like 22,000 Instagram followers, and I'm at like 3,000. And we're having the same kind of conversations and the same kind of struggles on Instagram. And she's like, I send people messages and they don't respond and blah, blah, blah. And she's like barely getting to SC10 every month. And I'm like, first off, it goes to show you that having 22,000 followers on Instagram doesn't mean shit. And second of all, like, if you're making connections with people, it doesn't matter if you have 300 friends on Facebook or 300,000 friends on Facebook. If you are being yourself, and if you are connecting with someone and showing someone like, hey man, like, look, this is like pretty cut and dry here. You work out, you do the things, you show up, you make some friends, and then boom, you're done. And you check in and stay accountable along the way. So it was just to sit and talk with her, and hear some of the same struggles that she's having. And she has, all of her Perfect Coach trainings and YouTube videos. She does YouTube videos regularly with fancy banners and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's awesome. I don't care about that. Like, that's not who I am. But she did a power hour with us one night. And she led the power hour, and her messages were the ones that I posted in the team page. Just short, sweet, 2-sentence messages, not a big paragraph, not talking about ourselves, like asking the person, what interests you? Like, why are you following me? How can I serve you? Because this business is totally about servitude and giving back to other people. So I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to like take a breath from talking, because I feel like I'm just, I'm so excited. Anyway, does anybody have anything? Kelly Dean, I know you're quiet over there. Do you guys have any feedback, any questions or anything? Or any victories from the week? I'll just put you on the spot, Kaylin, since Michaela's working out and Kelly's not present.
I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been, I woke up one morning and I had hit Success Club 5, and I don't really know how it happened. I feel like each time it's one of those by luck things. I need to, one of my own goals is to like spread out what I'm doing, because like I'll sit down on the couch and go bam, 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 and fire off a post in my like page and on my personal page and on my Instagram and on my stories, and then I want to do it all over again because I finally have the time to do it. And if I can just spread out that time a little bit, I feel like I'll get more engagement. Yeah, I don't know. All of my people have now finished list 4. Woo! So that's good.
That's
They're all
awesome.
done. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. We're surviving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Planning posts, I think, not necessarily planning out posts, but like writing out a schedule for the week has been really helpful for me to kind of figure out what I want to talk about and when I want to talk about it. Like if I can do my social media calendar and be like, okay, I know on Wednesday I want to do a coaching call to action. I know on Monday I want to do a challenge group call to action, and then just throw in random things, in there. I think that's been one thing for me that like last week, I had it actually planned out and I felt a lot more put together than like random. And I think that makes a difference. I think.
Oh, girl, you look so good.
The woods. Just hanging out in the woods.
Hi, Ollie.
Again.
Oh my God.
What is
I
she?
need to switch to clear liquor.
Oh, she's hung. Did you say hungover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more wine. No more tequila.
I had tequila last night.
I saw your
Ooh.
shopping cart.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so good. Tequila and limes.
Oh, that's it. She just was doing shots tequila and just.
I wasn't. I was just making margaritas, but when you're trying to be healthy, you just use tequila and lime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that counts.
I missed out going to bed early last night. Dang it.
Hold on, let me get one of my kids down here. They love to do these little drawing giveaway things. Let's see. So Jeff Hill was there. Jeff Hill, do you guys know Jeff Hill? He's like he's like my favorite Beachbody guy. Like he's just like good, like
he's like my dad.
Yeah, like he's like
Yeah.
he just makes me happy when he talks. Like he just is so positive and inspirational, and he's totally a dad. Like he let out some dad jokes this weekend, and I was like, oh man, dude, like you're my people. And so he was there, and he talks about leadership, and so his backstory, real quick, he used to work for like Jim Rohn or some leadership guru guy, Stephen Covey, maybe it was Stephen Covey. And so that's what he did. And he was approached, he lived in Utah. I think he's Mormon, because I know they have a lot of kids, which I mean, whatever, totally insignificant, but he was talking about, all of his kids and like he, what is that Mormon college? Why am I drawing a blank? You guys know what I'm talking about in Utah. That's where he went to college.
Brigham Young?
Yes.
Something?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. BYU. Yep. So hold on. So he was just talking about, family stuff and then he's worked with a leadership organization in the past and loves Utah, lives in Utah, doesn't want to move from Utah. And Carl had invited him about 8 years ago or so to come meet and talk about Beachbody stuff. And he, I didn't know his backstory, and he went and sat down with Carl and he was like eye rolling, like, I don't want to work for a network marketing company because there's a lot of companies out there that are really icky and salesy and they're just pushing a product and blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't want to do that. I want to help develop people that love what they do and like live passionate lives and blah, blah, blah. So like he sat down with Carl, and hi. Okay, we're going to do a giveaway real quick. Close your eyes. Pick a name. Anybody who ordered pumpkin spice. Who is it? Who is it? Tiffany. He's not even on here. Tiffany. Congrats, Tiffany. Kelly, I don't know if you saw the little headbands that I ordered. Sweaters, top knots, and pumpkin spice latte. Sweet. Okay.
Very cute.
That goes to Tiffany. Congrats, Tiffany. I don't even know if you're going to listen to the recording or not, but congrats. I'll show you on the page. Thanks, Dad. Just running back upstairs. So he sat down with Carl and talked with Carl, and basically told Carl, like, here's the thing, man. Like, I love your infomercials for P90X. I think that what you do is really great. Good job helping all these people with home fitness, but that's not my jam to like sell a bunch of people a product and like try to make $1. So if that's what your game is here, like, you got the wrong guy. And he, everybody was silent and they said, well, thank you, Mr. Hill. Have a lovely day. We'll be in touch. And the next day they called him and they said, you're the perfect guy for this job. That's exactly what we're not about, is trying to make, a quick $1. And we want to impact people's lives and we want to make a difference. And we want you to be at the forefront of development for this company. And you get to stay in Utah. You don't have to move to Santa Monica. Build your team, however many people you need. We'll build corporate offices out there so you can stay out there. So that's why they're always doing the, National Wake Up Call from Utah, because that's where Jeff Hill lives, and that's where he's built the amazing foundation for what is now Beachbody Coach Leadership Development. And he is extremely passionate about building new leaders and developing coaches and helping coaches succeed. And it was very apparent in his 1.5 hour long presentation talk, just like one-on-one session that he did with us, that he absolutely loves this company and absolutely loves his job and absolutely loves, like, not only just like the health and fitness part and seeing people get results, but he's like in this business to help coaches like change their lives financially, physically, and mentally. And like, for me, like, that was really awesome to know that we have somebody that's like so much in our corner that, like, there's not a lot of organizations out there that want to see their leaders succeed. They want to see their people sell more things. And I think it was really cool that he was just very like, great for selling challenge packs, guys. Good job. But like, how can I help you, pay off your house? How can I help you pay off your car? Like, how can I help you take that trip with your family that you've been wanting to take? Like, how can I help you do more stuff that makes you feel good on the inside and not just look good on the outside? So that was really cool. I took the most notes from him, and I'm not going to read all of the things. I mean, I can probably just take pictures and post them in the page, but he talked about, like, a lot of it was finding your why and like figuring out like why you're really doing this. Like, why are you really coaching? Like, what do you want to do for other people? What do you want to do for yourself? What do you want to do for your family? And he, as he started talking, he said, I want you to take this weekend and I want you to create a moment. And I want you to find time this weekend where you can sit down and think about, the hundreds of pages of information you're absorbing from all these amazing leaders, and create a moment where you figure out what it is that's continuing to drive you forward in your business. And he goes, maybe it's that you need the extra money for groceries. Maybe it's that you have huge goals to, buy a Maserati. Maybe it's that you just want to leave a legacy for your family and for your children. But he's like, whatever that is, that's something that you need to dig deep within yourself and figure out, because there are coaches that will continue to bump along without a driven purpose in this business. And those are the coaches that quit because they never take the time to really realize the impact that this business can have on their life. And he's like, I want you to know that from this, this company, you can truly create anything that you want if you put the work in, if you put the time and effort and stuff in. And he said, He's so good. I just like look through my notes and I'm like, I remember what he said. But he gave us 4 L's. Live, 4 L's of leadership. How am I leading myself? It's not about leading other people. It's about leading yourself. And he's like, if you're leading from the front, that's what you should be doing. You should be doing all of the things first, because you can't expect other people to do what you're not doing. And I think about that, like when I talk about how I suck at inviting sometimes, and I'm like, I can't sit here and be like, hey, everybody send out 20 invites today if I'm not sitting here and sending out 20 invites. And it takes a conscious effort some days for me to sit down and send out 20 invites. But I also know, like all of you guys wouldn't be here if it wasn't for somebody saying, you should do this. You would be really good at this. Or you could, why aren't you doing this? And that goes for however many other people that we know that we've come in contact with, that we've built, a team with, just by saying, hey, you know what? Like, you could do this if you wanted to. And I think about that with, like, I love our team. I love all of us that are here, that are on our calls, that are within the team page, that are showing up in groups, that are posting. But I don't want to just stop at us. Like, I don't want to just be like, okay, that's all. Like, we don't need any more friends. Like, we're good. That's it. Because you never know, like, who needs like more strong women friends, and sometimes an escape from your family. Like, sometimes I need like some other women that keep me grounded, that like, I need to talk to other girls. Michaela, do you have something?
Well, I just wanted to add to that, because I went to, sorry, if I don't add, then I'll forget it. Last night I went to this school happy hour, and it was a bunch of women that have young kids, and all of our kids are in the same class or whatever. And somehow one of the girls wanted to do my plank challenge. She's not a challenger, but she wanted to do it. And she's super skinny and has big boobs. I mean, she looks great. And after sitting there talking to her, she like divulged into all of us how she has like no confidence. And, the more we talked, it was like she has all these dreams and things that she wants to do, but she won't ever let herself do it. And she's 36 years old, and, she's working at like this dead end job. So point of the story, long story short, was it kind of made me realize that like Beachbody probably will never pay all my bills, but I'm really attached to the community of women and that empowerment part of it. Because when I went down, and this is what I told them, when I started my path to being healthy, I'm not talking bad about my husband, but he didn't really go with me. And so we kind of lost a little bit of that connection with each other. Like, we didn't have that in common anymore. And so for me, my challenge groups and my girls and you guys are that intimacy connection that I have with people. And so like, this plank challenge in the last 90 days has kind of lit a fire underneath me of proving to all these 20-something girls that have committed to it that they are capable if they would just stop with the self-limiting beliefs, and that I'm proving to them what this community can do for each other. And my fire is so lit. Like, every time somebody went live in my group yesterday, I was like right there cheering them on. And then I would get like side messages from them. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing for the past 2 years or year or whatever, was this like that fire. But it was like talking to those women last night and telling them, it was like, to me, it's the connection. It's meeting you guys, because I don't have it here. So I don't know. It was pretty cool talking to those other women last night about it. So not that I was trying to sell them. I was like, I don't care about helping people lose weight. I care about them loving themselves and being confident in the skin that they're in and being able to chase their dreams. So.
No, I agree.
All right. Sorry, Ashley, for interrupting.
No, that's all of that. Amen, sister. I mean, it was really eye-opening last weekend to see how many other coaches there. And I don't know if you guys watched the whole live video that I did in the page the other day about standing up for your sister. But like, how many other people struggle with not feeling good enough currently, like as top coach, leader, people that were there that earned a leadership spot because they've been confidently building their business for the last however many years, and are still struggling with not feeling good enough and not feeling, empowered enough and not feeling accomplished enough, and like, it's like, we all go through the same shit. Like we all have the same struggles and we all have similar, whatevers. And why do we care? Like, why is it still such a struggle? Like why? And I think this has been a great avenue for like myself personally, who struggled with self-confidence and still does, and struggles with, not feeling accepted and being awkward, socially awkward, and like, oh, I said the wrong thing. And like, now I have anxiety about it because people are judging me, like stuff like that, like this is like it's so freeing because it's like, I'm not being judged. Nobody cares. Like, not that nobody cares, but like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody cares if I'm awkward and stupid and weird and, like it is what it is. And it is, it's just about being you and helping people find that. And you're totally right, Michaela, like helping people find that confidence in themselves and helping people develop that while currently trying to find it in our own selves too. So the community aspect of it is huge. Yeah. Anybody want to expand on that?
I would just like to say that I love everything everyone's saying, and that is literally why I'm still here, is because like the confidence is something I totally struggle with. But you all have like pushed me to do things that I would never normally do. And I just appreciate that so much. Like aside from, like through the whole, like sending so many messages and having a perfect Insta story and all that stuff, like the real like grit of this is like women supporting other women. And it's really amazing because, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy when like you don't believe in yourself, but so many other people do believe in you. I don't know. So.
Well, I think we spend so many years of our adolescence as women constantly feeling like we're being judged and always like never good enough. And we are like, it's all in our heads. Like we do it to ourselves most of the time. But I know that we are all guilty at some points of looking at some other woman and either comparing ourselves or looking at them in a negative way because we're deflecting our own insecurities onto them. Like, oh, girl, look at she should not be wearing that. And it's like, okay, but it's mean. And I feel like in our adolescence and to experience that for so many years, it's very empowering to be able to be in a group of women that can like actually look at each other and appreciate their beauty in their flaws, because it makes us appreciate the beauty in our own flaws. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that we could do that if it wasn't for the personal development, what Beachbody teaches. And I'm sorry, is not working out. It's not your sweaty selfie. It's none of that. It's really, truly just the bonds and the relationships that we build with each other and lifting each other up. So
yeah, and I bet that now that you have, I mean, maybe I'm the only one, I can't be though, that you catch yourself in the middle of those judgy thoughts and you flip your own script, and instead of continuing to say whatever the thing is you were going to say, oh my God, she looks terrible in that, like I catch myself starting that and going, okay, okay, she's got to do what she's got to do. It's not for me, but she feels good. Like, yeah, I don't know, just slowly over time. And I also think that a big part of it is age and experience.
Yeah.
That, it's like my mom, when I was a teenager and, in college, she'd be like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I worried about everything. And so to finally feel like we're all kind of on the other side of that, where we don't have to worry about it. And now we get to take that feeling of, unwavering confidence in what we're doing, how we're living our lives, and share that with other people. Like that's what I've been hearing the most from friends and family members who have seen like the before coaching, what I was putting out there, and the current coaching, what I'm putting out there. They're like, you're making me feel really good. And that is like, ooh, that's the best thing for us, because in helping other people feel so good, we feel really good about it.
I know. I had a girl that reached out to me a year ago, let's just say, I don't know how long ago. And we talked, and I sent her the book, The Compound Effect. Like, I was sure she was going to join, and she was still wavering. So I, like, out of nowhere was like, you know what, read this book. This girl was probably well over 100 pounds. So we've randomly stayed in contact. She had reached out to her doctor. The doctor put her on paleo. She's been doing that. She sent me a message this week, and she's like, I've really been thinking about you a lot lately. She's down 50 pounds. She's got 80 more that she wants to lose. And she was like, you know, that book that you gave me just made me really realize that it's not one big thing overnight, that it's all the little things. And she's like, I continue to watch you and you inspire me and you've helped change my life. Now, she never signed up with me. She does not do Beachbody. She does not do Shakeology, but I still impacted that woman's life, you know? And it's like, I mean, what do you do? Yeah, okay, I would love to be making 6 figures with Beachbody, but I'm still changing lives, just doing what I'm doing. That makes me cry a little bit. Like, I mean, it's like, that's cool.
I love it. I think that's part of the reason that I wanted to open up this last 90 days challenge to like anyone, because after listening to what's his name, Greg Armfield on the Wake Up Call, how he was saying he'll put anybody in there because he'll support anybody in their fitness journey because that's what he is passionate about. And you know, it really got me thinking, like, why am I turning all these people away just because they won't buy a challenge pack? Like, I have people saying they want my help. So, you know, and I know I have something to offer. If they were in that group and they could see the support and the relationship that all these women have and how incredible it feels to be supported by other women as opposed to being brought down, like, that's my mission. So, like, why am I not letting them in just because they're not on Shakeology?
And you never know who's going to come around. Like, you never know who's going to eventually say, like, the girl that lost 50 pounds, maybe she's not at a point where she can work out yet. She says she counts her steps every day and whatever. And I'm like, you know, we're doing this last 90-day challenge. I would love to have you, no cost. Like, I'm not requiring you to buy anything, but it's like, she will eventually need to do some workouts or want to. And like,
Totally.
I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I think I totally get making a business out of this and wanting to not give away your for free, like not give yourself away for free. But I mean, I guess it's really what you're in it for. I don't know. I struggle with that too, Kelly.
I know it's tough because I've gone back and forth, and like I've done groups for, I think as long as your mindset is in the right place, then, because it's really tough when you have people that want it and then they come in and they're like, I'm not going to buy anything, but I'm 100% committed, blah, blah, blah. And then they do nothing and they're like an energy suck, you know? And then you're like, oh, like I shouldn't have even let you in. But then there's people in there that like are the total, you know, or maybe there's the people that are like, I'm all in, I'm going to buy all the things and I'm going to spend $400. I'm going to get a 3-day refresh and all the supplements and blah, 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 you know? And then they do nothing. And, you know, I think, you know, obviously setting that expectation early on that like, I am putting my time and effort, like this is, you know, it costs us to do it. And I'm not talking about financially, but like it costs us time with our family. It costs us time, you know, and like we have to determine, is it worth my time? Am I like getting paid enough to do this? And I'm not saying, you know, I have to get a paycheck, but like what I'm investing, am I getting a return? And I think when you take a mindset that's like, I'm 100% here to help and I want to help you get results, but you got to meet me halfway, you know, something like that. And I think that's almost an expectation that we have to tell someone early on. And we have to say like, if you are going to commit to this, I will be here for you, but I can't drag you along, nor am I going to. And like, I'll tell my people that early on, like, I'm not going to drag you.
I will also say this on the defense of what I'm saying about wanting to help anybody that wants my help. Like, I don't like to turn people away. I will say this as well, kind of like what Ashley's saying. A woman that I work with, we have both been each other's accountability partners. She's never wanted to sign up with me. She likes going to the gym. That's fine. She struggles with her nutrition to a certain degree because she never eats enough or this or that, whatever. So, and she's like 50. I sat down during 80-day obsession and I gave her the full nutrition plan. Like I took pictures, we figured up her calories. I was like, this is what you eat and this is what time you eat it. She never did it. She went to the nutritionist at her gym, paid $200 for him to tell her to eat rice, green beans, and chicken 3 times a day and have this whatever the rest of the time. Literally she could have pulled the exact same nutrition plan offline for free or online for free. Or I basically told her what she needed to do as well, and she wouldn't do it. And I blatantly said, you do understand you did not have to pay $200 for this. And she goes, I know, but if I wouldn't have paid it, I wouldn't follow it. And I was like, you're right. If you don't invest in it, you're not going to do it. But because she knows that she spent the money on it, which she could have paid me the money, but she doesn't trust me enough, which is fine. And I get it. I'm not insulted, but I am a little bit. But isn't that the truth? Like if you didn't invest in it, how easy is it for you to quit? I don't know, but I'm tired of turning people away if they want my help because I'm helping them regardless. I might as well have them in my community because you never know if they would become a customer or become a coach from watching me. But if I turn away because they won't buy it and I'm still impacting their life, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know.
One of my girls that reordered another challenge pack this month, she started 80 Day in January, and she's somebody that I've messaged weekly, twice a month through 80 Day Obsession, and just totally fell off and dropped off. Yet I've kept her in my group, knowing that she's like behind the scenes in there, seeing the posts, because I go in and look at who's seen the posts and stuff, and I know she's seeing the posts. And that was her. Like her mom died this summer, and she like totally fell off. And she reached out and she's like, I see the posts and I can't give up on myself yet. And I'm ready to do this again. So, I mean, it's, you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what their struggles are. You don't know, and I think you keep showing up and you keep being a source of inspiration for someone and sharing the hard shit. And yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, everyone will sign up with challenge packs and check in every single day and post their sweaty selfies and get amazing results and share their transformations, and life is good. But in reality, like, yeah, I got nothing. It's, we don't know what they're going to do.
Kelly,
You're muted.
I think that you need to follow your gut and your heart, because that's really where you make the difference, and that's what makes you happy. And when you put too much pressure on yourself in the other way, it's easy to just shut down, because I've been there and I've done it. I find that when I put too much pressure on myself for the business side, I shut down and I lose sight of what I'm really here for. And that's why I said this challenge is kind of lighting a fire, but I'm seeing so much interaction. I'm seeing so many people come to me and telling me that they're scared and they're afraid and they don't want to go live. And I'm like, but this is good. This is good that you're saying these things, and it's good that you're going live, because you're proving to yourself that there's really nothing to be scared of. And it's like I'm actually finally feeling like I'm impacting my challenge group again. Because for a year I just posted to post, but I wasn't getting that back from them. So you got to do what makes your heart happy. And if that means letting every Joe Schmo in that needs your help for free, then I say do it.
Yeah, I just I think I've just been really struggling lately, and like literally like zero. I think, I don't know, maybe I had like 2 SC points last month. I'm at 0 right now. And I think because I'm not following my passion, you know what I mean? I'm like doing things, and I have 3 days a week where I sit down and I feel like I'm just scouring the internet for people to join me, and I'm like, this feels really weird. Like, I don't know.
If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right.
Right. I'm just like, but I feel like then I get on these calls and it's like, Melanie Mitchell saying, like, if you want to be successful, you have to do the work. You have to message 20 people a day or whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Are you messaging them? Are you messaging them like, I want to invite you to my challenge pack? Or are you messaging them like, what's going on in your world? Like, how are your kids?
I mean, I have been, but I feel like because I don't know, it just feels a little like, I
You're
don't know.
going through the motions.
Yeah, maybe this is a conversation for another day. I feel like I didn't mean to hijack the call.
No.
No, it's important though.
Yeah.
But it just feels a little like, am I doing this with the intent of hitting a number? Do you know what I mean?
Are you feeling?
Do you think that you're putting pressure on yourself too because you're not teaching? That this is the first year that you're not teaching, so you feel
Yes,
like
very
yeah.
much so.
Yeah. So you're adding even more pressure to the business side of things, and that's
Which is making it, I think, feel icky because I'm like, I actually have time to work the business. So then I sit down and I'm like, okay, so like I literally feel like I'm just on Instagram, like commenting on people's things and messaging people. And I mean, it's like, I don't know. I just want it to feel good, not to feel
maybe you should do some virtual Insanity Live groups, and you put people in that and you start teaching that, and then you get your spice back.
Yeah.
That way. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like if you start offering, like if you start doing something like that, then people are going to start coming to you, and you're going to build their trust. And I mean, I don't know. You already do the fit clubs. Why not make it virtual fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
I mean, but I would honestly like really love your feedback on that because I don't know what it's like to take a class virtually. You guys are the ones who worked out with me. So I would need to know, like, I mean, you guys are my people. So of course you're like, oh, it's great. But
I think.
Yeah, but we would also tell you if it wasn't great.
no, I know, but like, is that something good enough that I can offer people?
I mean, I would start with your challengers.
Mm-hmm.
I would start by running it in your challenge group and get feedback from them too. I mean, the workout's hard. I'm a sweaty mess both times that I've done it, you know.
I will say I'm under the impression that you have to charge for that. So if that's something that you,
but if
it's within your group and they're already your customers, but and like, I don't know the legalities of it, but I remember them talking about like, you can't share the music and the workouts because it's a formatted program. Legally, you have to charge for it. I don't know the details. That's probably something to post in the Insanity instructor group or whatever, because I know there's people that do virtual classes, but it has to be like via PayPal, like a link to sign up for it or something like that. So not like, I don't want to discourage you from doing that at all, but I know. I think in your challenge group, you can probably do it, but I think if you're going to advertise for it, you have to charge for it. I think I remember hearing that. And I think so,
$1 a class.
Right.
I mean,
go poop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you see him holding his butt?
Yeah.
I was like, Daddy's upstairs. Like, poop upstairs.
Yeah.
So Kelly, I think obviously like we talk about like SC numbers and point, like, and that's really hard. Like to post about like, hey, leaderboards, like, because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm not doing good enough because my name's not on the leaderboards.
No, and I don't feel that way. I don't feel that.
But like, I just mean across the board. Like, I don't post those in the group for people to use someone else's ruler to measure their progress. Like, I don't feel like that's why. Like, we put them out there to So you can, like, because for some people, numbers are important and recognition is important. So I think it has to be done weekly. I also think, like, if we tie those numbers to, what am I trying to say? Like, it's unfortunate that it doesn't reflect the people that we're helping. Like, okay, I signed up 5 people this month. Great. But did I get 5 people transformations? Did I help 5 people change their lives? Did I help, and those numbers don't reflect our capabilities as a coach. Like, yeah, it's great to hit Success Club because of all the perks and rewards and blah, blah, blah. Great job. But I think, and I talk about it a lot, focusing on how many people you can help change.
I watched it was from the Beachbody Challenge group or whatever it is. I think her name was Kelsey Smith. She was talking about running a successful challenge group, but she was like, if I give this person all these promises, like I'm going to help them, I'm going to be there for them, I'm going to support them, and then they go into a challenge group and then I don't follow up with that because I'm just going through the motions and just wasn't jiving with that challenge group, I felt like she was talking to me, but she was like, you've done such a disservice to that person, that she's actually gone back and apologized to people and like, I'm really sorry. Like, I did not do what I said I would do for you. And she was talking about like retaining people. And it's like, I felt like I was doing that. And it's like, you know what? I can't keep adding people if I'm not helping the people that I have already. And so to me, it's just, I'm overthinking about it being Success Club points. Mm-hmm. I'm done with that. Like, if people do come to me and want to sign up, and I'm going to offer my groups and I'm going to be there and I'm going to make connections as I can on social media, my why is different than other people's whys. Like, I don't know. And I've always struggled with this, just like you said this, Ashley, about what Jeff Hill said, is like, the people who are just up and down in the business are the ones that end up quitting because they've never taken the time to really connect with it and figure out their why. I mean, that's me, but I don't want to give up the community. So I'm still here. I don't know. I just am not going to put the pressure on myself for it anymore.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. And you learn from your coach, which is bad, Kelly. Don't follow what I do.
Do as I say. No, I think, like, there's, and it's, you can spin it any which way. You can set numbers to hit goals for yourself every month, so that way you stay consistent with your habits. But I don't think those numbers should be tied to successful points. Like, I always say SC20 for myself because I want to help 10 more people than I did. My goal is to see, because it, like, you're going to help 10 people and maybe 5 of them are going to finish, because somebody else is going to have something happen, or they're not going to jive with it. They're not going to like it. They're going to, whatever else is going to happen. And, you're sitting there in that person's inbox asking them how you can help them this week and how can I help you reach your goals, and they're not responding. You're like, what have I done wrong? Like, I feel like I'm doing all the wrong things. And, but unfortunately that just happens. And I think when you take that Success Club point numbers out and say, all right, how am I going to impact this person's life? And I think the conversations turn from, hey girl, I have a new group starting this month. What can I help you? Blah, 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 into like, this is what works for me. And I've seriously struggled with X, Y, and Z. And I finally found something that works for me. And this is what it is. If you want to do this too, awesome. I can help you with that. If not, keep doing your own thing, And I think we tend to fall back on scripts to help us get through some of those tough conversations, when literally that's all it is a conversation. Actually, I didn't think that I was going to have 2 hours to spend every day going to the gym. So I thought I'd give this home workout BS thing a shot. And I did, and it's gotten me the best results of my life. And I'm happy, and this is where I am now. So never say never, kind of thing. And I think when you can share your personal truth, like, Kelly, I know that this has completely changed your life. Like, you talk about it, I see it, and like, and that is like the conversation that you have with people. that is like where you make your connections with people. That's what you post about on social media. That's what you share in your stories, you know, like that really personal shit. And that's what people connect to, you know. They don't connect to like, hey, you know, here's my sweaty selfie. Look, I did a workout. Great. Awesome. In my basement. Woohoo. Like anybody can post that, but like, it's the ones that like are sharing the hard shit along the way. And like those personal struggles, that's where I've made some of my best connections with people. When I talk about anxiety and when I talk about how I suck as a mom and when I talk about, you know, the things that are scary that I don't want to talk about, like that's where I find my people.
I think I do really struggle with that. Like I know that that's what I need to do, and I think I'm holding myself back because I'm still struggling with confidence and I'm still struggling with what do people think about me. I don't know if that comes from just like being judged by like my family, and I don't know. I don't know where it comes from, but I know that like I am holding myself back. I know that I'm the reason that I'm not. And I honestly like, I'm like every day, like, when am I going to get over this? You know?
So make a list of the things that you feel like you could be, should be sharing, and rank them in order from the, oh my God, I would never, ever, ever share this. I don't want anybody to know about this, to the, I'm a little worried about this. I'm not sure what people are going to say. And then pick one of the things towards the, you know, less scary end of the spectrum and throw it out there. And you can throw it out there like in your stories or something that's going to just go away. It's only going to be there for 24 hours, and just try it and see what happens and see if, you know, see if people respond to you negatively. Because just because people aren't responding to, you know, our posts where we're pouring our hearts out in a positive way or in a supportive way, I don't think I've ever once gotten anybody who comes to me and says, you shouldn't be doing that. My aunt once said, she's like, why are you posting all this stuff on the internet? I'm like, because I want to. Thank you. So try something. And it can be a temporary thing. Hi, buddy. Temporary.
Thank you. That's really good advice. And I love like what you said, like, because I want to. I just wish that I could get to that place where I felt confident enough to say, because I want to, you know, like, and I'm just not there yet. Like,
and maybe this like, is also a part of, go ahead.
I just feel like if an aunt or somebody would say to me, like, why are you doing all that? I would feel so like insecure. And
Michaela, you're muted.
You're muted.
You've had sisters, you've had father-in-laws, you've had people question you.
I think that's why I still feel insecure, is because I'm still getting judged about it. You know?
That they do that.
And maybe that's a part of what you put out there. I mean, I don't know. I've definitely crafted some of the stuff I put out there with specific people in mind. And it's not that it's a dig or a jab at those people, but I don't know. I can't.
But I mean, I could easily do a post speaking about people judging you and how that feels, and how
you're holding yourself back.
How I'm trying to get over it. Yeah.
And like, why are they judging you? Like, why? What does what you do affect that person? Like, but you let those people and that judgment hold you back, and that's like, it's not fair.
And I know every single day that I am holding me back. It's like terrible. And I don't know how to like get over it. You know what I mean? Like, I know I need to get over it, and I know I'm what's holding me back, but I don't know how to get past it.
But do you feel, okay, how can I ask this question so it makes sense? Do you feel like you're saying that, I know I should get over it. I know I need to get over it because that's how you feel, or because other people, does that make sense? Like, are you ready to get over that? Maybe
Yeah,
you're not.
Yeah, because you say that like, I know I should, because
Yeah.
that's something that you should say, but maybe you don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe you're
That's
not.
what I mean. I'm holding me back
Yeah.
because I'm not getting over it.
Well, if you had a challenger that was in your shoes, what would you tell your challenger?
I mean, I would suggest they read personal development, which is what I do. And I'm like, I read all these things and it's like, oh, yep, that's me. Yep, I'm my problem. You know?
You have to change your mindset. That's the whole thing. I think that like every day, like in your miracle morning, your affirmation should be, I am not holding myself back. I do not care about the judgment. I mean, your affirmations and your mindset have got to reflect your future you of what you want that future you to be. I mean, what are your daily affirmations? What do you tell yourself?
I have a whole list.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard.
But I'll add those too.
Yeah. You're amazing. I mean, I think you're awesome. I would have signed up with you if you were a coach first.
Thanks. You guys are sweet. Thanks for being my people.
Come sit on the couch with us, kiddo.
Yeah. We need to have dinner.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to jump off from here because I love all your faces, but I got to go get a pedicure.
It's like
Oh,
my
damn.
Life.
Sorry.
Some nice toes.
Yeah. And some eyebrows, some good eyebrows.
nice.
All right. I love y'all.
All right, gals.
Have a happy Saturday.
Yeah, I got nothing else, so we can wrap it up. Ready?
Thanks for sharing stuff from leadership, Ashley.
Yeah, I don't even feel like I dove into the things that I wanted to say, but there's live videos that I can cover another day.
Okay, cool. I really like your headband, by the way.
Thanks. I was just talking about how they got us those little jammies and matching headbands and shorts and stuff from
really?
These little tank tops, and like they're the B brand, and the shorts are too, like the same print.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Love it.
I will say, like, that retreat is a freaking game changer. So if you make a vision board, that would be something I would put on it to be at that retreat next year. Because it's just, this is the third one that I've gone to with the dream team, and it's very intimate and small, and like just is a big like business building eye opener. Business building, not in a sense of like, how can I make a lot of money, but like business building and like, how can I do this? How can I link arms with other people and do this the best way for me and my family, and make this extremely simple. And a lot of what we talk about was overthinking it and how to not overthink it. And I think that's the biggest thing that we struggle with is like, oh my gosh, I have to do this post at the right time and the perfect blah, 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 and photography and this, that, and the other. And I think it's, of course, Instagram feed is a little bit more posed because it's your Instagram feed, but like, you know, just being real. He's like, yep, you're right. But yeah, don't overthink it. I have to tell myself that sometimes when I sit down to write a post. Don't overthink this. Just,
it takes me like, I swear, 30 minutes to write a post.
Yeah, that's
crazy. It takes too long
Yeah.
because I overthink.
Yep. Jeff, in closing, Jeff Hill said, when there's a hill to climb, don't think waiting will make it any smaller.
Don't think what?
Waiting will make it any smaller. So a company, this is a company with a purpose. Yes, there is a business, but if we can show and provide change, that's where the true impact happens. This is a company that offers the greatest opportunity for change in people's lives, not putting a product on your face or putting clothing on your body. It offers life change.
Will
So
you type that out somewhere?
Yeah, I like that.
what? Can I type that out? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can.
What were the 4 L's that he told you?
Live, can I earn, make a living, necessities, but also the niceties, not the necessities. So what can this business help me do to live? And then to love. How can this business help me love? Love what you do, love the people, love the mission, love the vision, and how to change people's lives and fall in love with the process. Number 3 is to learn. He said raise the bar like 7 times in his talk.
Hey!
Like, oh man, like you're speaking to my heart. And he said, how can you level up, raise the bar, take your business to the new level? What skill sets can you learn that help you build your business as far as leadership and how you can pour more into people? And then the last one was leave a legacy. And how is this business allowing you to, I'm still on my call. Jeez. Why are you judging me?
I know Bill just got home from his Saturday morning motorcycle ride.
But yeah, leave a legacy. How can this business help you leave a legacy? Leave something that you're proud of. How can it help you be more proud of what you're doing and leave that, as you go day to day.
There you go, Kelly. How can this business help you be more proud of what you're doing every day?
Mm-hmm.
Find that sense of pride in what you're doing.
Yeah, and seriously, make a list. Make a list of I did that I don't know where that notebook is. I need to find it. But I wrote out 10 reasons why this business has changed my life, and not just because I have more money in my bank account, and I have arm muscles. That's great. Things are things are nice, but that's not why I'm still here. And heck, if I was doing it for the money, I would have quit a long time ago, because I'd probably get paid 4 cents an hour. But but that's not why I'm here. And I think when you do a post that you don't think about how it's going to impact someone's life, and it does, and that person tells you, or they message you and they're like, dude, you just spoke to my heart today. I totally needed to hear that. And I'm like, awesome. That's not what my goal was today, but I'm so glad that what I'm doing is helping you. If I can just be somebody's source of inspiration for the day, to get off the couch and take a walk around their block or whatever it is, inspire them to make a change. So anyhow, all right, gals.
All right, girls.
All right. I'm gonna go drink my pumpkin spice. I haven't tried it yet.
Not that we need to
go live, may happen.
What?
Kelly,
live.
I'm sending you a podcast. It's called Goal Digger, and is it 314-607-8219? Okay, because apparently I texted Eric the other day.
Yeah, you did.
I'm trying to add him to our Marco Polo chat. He's like,
we were driving in the car. He's like, Ashley Roberts wants to add me to Marco Polo. I was like,
no, denied. You're not allowed.
Jenna Kutcher, just like Ashton Kutcher, but her name is Jenna.
Right.
It's called Goal Digger, and it's a podcast, hour-long podcast. But there's one called How to Stand Up for What You Believe In. And there's a lot of really good stuff in there.
All right. Thank you.
All right, gals. Happy Saturday.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, ladies.